and it's early, go ahead and throw in those comments where you're coming from today. All right, it looks like we're just getting started. Again, if you're joining in right at the 10-minute mark or the 10 a.m. Pacific mark, go ahead and throw in, again, where you're coming from today. It looks like we've got some from Philly, Chicago, Alberta, Lancaster, Atlanta, Tennessee, Florida. We've got some Cape Cod, beautiful. Awesome. Scottsdale, St. Louis, Las Vegas. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for kind of chiming in there. Now I know you know where the comment section is. My name is Taylor Grossman. I will be one of the presenters today alongside Kira Christensen. We are both from SkySlope and SkyTC. We're going to really take probably 20 or so minutes today to talk through exactly what SkyTC is and how it can benefit you as an agent, as a part of EXP, or a team if you're on a team. Throughout the session, go ahead and throw any questions that you have in that comment section where you're kind of putting in where you're all joining us from. We're going to do Q&A towards the end of the session, but we'll kind of cover everything as it comes in along the way. What we're going to really dive into today is just an overview of the SkyTC and EXP partnership, key benefits and the services included with SkyTC, and really just how it is tailored to your workflow, not just kind of out-of-the-box transaction coordinating services, but how it is unique to your workflow and how it scales with you. So kind of just jumping right into what SkyTC is. It's a department within SkySlope that handles white glove full transaction management services. So it uses the systems that you're already used to, and it's just a full department on our SkySlope team for, again, transaction coordination. EXP initially partnered with SkySlope many years ago to bring every partner product offering to EXP agents and teams. And yet another one on that list is SkyTC. And we partner really not only to bring you all availability to kind of white glove transaction coordinating services, but also to make your transactions easier and smooth while giving best-in-class service. So that's really what SkyTC is and why we partnered with EXP on this tool. Before we get into the details on how everything works for you, how you can get started, really before Kira jumps into the details, I just want to share a quick testimonial from one of your peers. So Wes Foster is an EXP agent and certified mentor at EXP, and he recently shared this incredible testimonial. So I just wanted to take a moment and highlight that here. He's been working with SkyTC for many years now and shared, I can't imagine doing transactions without SkyTC. They're prompt, proactive, and always go above and beyond to get the deal done. So I think that's just incredible coming from, again, not only an EXP agent, someone who oversees an entire team, as well as who's a certified mentor. So shout out to Wes Foster in Texas for sharing this. But without further ado, I will pass it, Kira, to you to get into the details and share how everyone else can get started as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Taylor. I should be unmuted there, so you should be able to hear me. So first things first, of course, I always like to cover this right up front since it's one of our most asked questions, but I'll make it super clear. When you work with us, there is just a one-time investment fee. So a one-time onboarding fee during your preferences call. That's it. So there's no monthly retainers, no ongoing fees, no sneaky hidden costs or anything like that. Once you're set up, it's simple. Pay as you close. So here at SkyTC, we get paid when you get paid. After onboarding, we're literally invested in your success. And we're not just a vendor, we're not just a service provider, we're here to be a part of your team. And I know my admin right away, those admin on the call that are stressing over bringing on new people, having to go through the process of, seeing if a team member is a good fit. No stress. We're going to handle everything. So we're going to go ahead and staff. We're going to train. We're also going to manage your entire TC team. Now, here's a question for my agents. What happens when your TC goes on vacation or gets sick or it's the middle of the holidays? They have a bunch of kids, so they might be out of the office. Things might go astray. But right over here at SkySlope, your business is never going to skip a beat. We provide full coverage all year long. You keep closing, moving forward, no matter what. So there's no delay, no pause, anything of that nature. So with that, with your business never skipping a beat, us providing that full coverage, let's talk a little bit more about what we're actually going to do for you. So this is where things get excited. So let's go ahead. We'll walk through these boxes that you see on our screen. First things first, we handle your transaction from the very first document all the way through to that final signature. So think of us as your transaction quarterback. We're going to call the plays, coordinate every move, nothing is slipping through the cracks. Starting with pre-listing. So pre-listing to close, before you even have that listing, we're preparing your documents. The moment contracts hit, we're managing the entire paperwork flow. So SkySlope here is integrated. Every single document gets filled in real time. No more wondering, did that get uploaded? Should I check on that? It's done. SkySlope has you covered. So timeline management, we are the central communication hub. Everyone knows exactly what's happening and when. Status updates, you're never in the dark. So that's really nice. We have a systematic update schedule. You always know where every deal currently stands, along with a little QA, some quality assurance. So we're the ones that are catching those missing signatures, the overlooked documents. Those tiny mistakes can really be a deal killer. So this isn't just about saving you time. This is about closing more deals. This is about protecting your reputation. And of course, giving you that freedom to focus on what you do best, which is here, selling. So I know what you're thinking. Okay, great. This sounds amazing, but is it going to work with my system? Let's talk about it. What truly sets us apart over here, SkyTC does not just plug you into some cookie cutter process. We specifically partner, and we choose that word really carefully. We want to partner with you to build a seamless workflow. Every agent already has their own style, preferences, their way of communicating. So our job is to match that. During your onboarding preference calls, we're going deep. We hope you like those heart-to-heart moments because we're here to learn exactly how you communicate. We want to map out your timelines, meet those expectations, and we also identify your preferred tools and processes. We're going to dive right in. Rather than having a TC assigned to you just out of the blue and hoping things work, your TC is matched to your workflow. So after that call, we have a thorough understanding of who we feel would work best with you. That's why we take that initial onboarding so seriously, ensuring complete alignment from day one. We are not a one-size-fits-all, not a high-volume call center or anything of the sort. Again, that word partner, we take that really seriously. But of course, don't just take my word for it. Let's talk a little bit more about that quality and reliability that you can expect. So right away, as I mentioned, my admin, you don't need to worry about that training portion since every single TC goes through our extensive bootcamp program. So they don't just know transaction coordinating, they're a master in compliance standards, SLAs, quality metrics, the works. So your auditor will love us. Every file is consistent, complete, and compliant. We're all about our 3 Cs. So real-time transparency is also going to mean everyone knows the status at all times. So you can take a breather, sit down for once. You're not chasing down other agents. You're not worried about holding on to those commission checks. So whether you're doing 2 deals a month or 20, we scale perfectly with your business. Busy season coming up? No problem. Again, no hiring, no training, no HR nightmares. So just like SkySlope started with transaction management and we grew into this completed platform, SkyTC is going to help you grow your business. So our goal here is allowing you to continue moving forward, adding services when you need them. So our final question here, how do we get started? So it's easier than you think. The beautiful thing here again at SkyTC, we are all set up and running. You can literally start tomorrow. No drawn out setup, no complicated onboarding, anything of the sort. We're plug and play the minute you're ready to finish your preferences call. And because you're here at this webinar, you took your time out of your day to listen to me talk all about SkyTC. We've got something special. So you actually get 50% off your first file with code EXP50. So it's that little asterisk down at the bottom of my slide here. That's just our way of saying, give us a try, risk-free, after your initial setup. So automatically, again, I know that question is coming. You have it in your brain. What does this actually cost me? What are we actually working with here? Well, our pricing is going to be state specific since every state does have its own requirements and regulations. So you'll see this QR code that we have posted up front. That's actually going to get you connected directly with SkyTC. So you can go ahead and scan that. You'll get exact pricing plus answers to any state specific questions. So I know Taylor's going to jump in here and talk a little bit more. However, I always just like to kind of end it. You don't need to wait until you're drowning in paperwork. That's the worst time to be setting up a brand new system. So go ahead, reach out to us here. The best time to set this up is before you desperately need them. Scan that QR code, get that state-specific information. Let's get you onboarded. So I know everyone's going to come with some questions. We can definitely open it up. Taylor, I will slow down on my rambling here. I know I get excited, but ask us anything, services, process, onboarding, partnership. And remember, before you jump in with state-specific questions, go ahead, scan that QR code. That will be your best friend in getting those specifics for your area. So I'll go ahead, shut up a little bit. Taylor, jump in.
Yeah, no, great. Amazing job. I always love SkyTC. It's one of my favorite departments at SkySlope and products that we offer because it really helps agents who are the ones in our system all day. And so we want to make sure you can focus on working with your clients, your sellers and buyers, and leave the rest up to SkyTC. So there are a couple of questions that came through the chat. The first one, will you create the SkySlope file for agents prior to opening escrow? Yes. So all of the file creation for SkySlope, the listings or transactions that you're used to, whatever you are working on with SkyTC, whatever file type or client type you're working on, they will open that SkySlope file for you. They'll do all the documents on the checklist as well. So it really makes that kind of paperwork process easy. That's a great question. Another question coming from one of our Canada agents. What about Canada agents? SkyTC also operates in Canada as well. So just like Kira had mentioned, the price is state specific for all of our US agents. Same thing, it's province specific for Canada. So if you scan that QR code, we can kind of give you what that pricing looks like. Another question that came in, how is this different to what's already offered by EXP? That's a great question. So SkyTC is one of EXP's solutions partner. So you have SkySlope, which is, you're getting your forms from SkySlope, you're getting, DigiSign from SkySlope, you have those compliance checklist. SkyTC is a team of white glove transaction coordinators that kind of do all that transaction coordination for you. So create the SkySlope files, add your forms to the checklist, etc. So it's different than the product of you kind of going in there and manually doing everything. SkyTC is that white glove team that you have access to work with anytime you need a transaction coordinator. Are you able to integrate with Sisu, or does that happen automatically if we're a Sisu client? That's a great question and a little bit off topic for this session, but SkySlope does integrate with Sisu if you're a Sisu client. So reach out to the SkySlope support team. We can throw that email in the comment section, but it's just support@skyslope.com, and we can walk you through how to set up that Sisu integration. It looks like, okay, so I can't scan the code. The chat box is showing. On our EXP team, could you remove those questions for a moment so the QR code could be scanned? Awesome. So we'll give everyone a minute. If you have not scanned that QR code, make sure to scan it before we jump into some more questions. Perfect. So what about buyer files? Will you start the buyer agreement? Yes. So pre-listing files, anything that you're working on for buyers, SkyTC can handle all of that for you with your clients, depending on who your client is and what phase of the process that you're working on. That's one main reason to start that preference call ahead of time. So then you know, next time you are working with that first buyer, you can immediately start working with a SkyTC. All right, let's see, another questions. I had a TC that would help schedule local inspections. Is this customary for you as well? Yes, that's a great question and something that SkyTC does as well. That's why we have transaction coordinators based all across the country, helping in your specific region. Another one, do you send documents out to obtain signatures? Yes, so SkyTC also helps with prepping and sending documents out for signature. Of course, they are not licensed agents, so they can't do business that only you as an agent can do, but they do help send out documents to obtain those signatures. Another question, is this only for US agents? No, we are across the US and Canada, so SkyTC can be accessed for anyone in any state or any province. The TCs are another question here. The TCs are calling other agents or clients regarding follow-ups, etc. Yes, so I know Kira had showed a slide just a couple bits ago. SkyTC works with both agents and both sides of the transaction to help make sure everyone is on the same page, timelines are met, and no communication falls through the cracks. Again, to not, you know, kill those deals last minute like sometimes can happen. Does the TC team connect to the broker team so they can approve files and documents faster? This is a great question and likely one that results in getting paid faster. That's really what we're after, getting the documents approved faster, getting paid faster. So SkyTC has a very specific process where they audit the entire checklist and your documents as they're uploading them into the system, so they can catch those kind of missing items before it even gets to the EXP team for compliance. Not only are they catching that right from the beginning when they're helping you, get the signatures and whatnot on the documents, they also leave comments on your checklist. So you'll be able to see, if you access SkySlip, you see that whole checklist that's color coded. Not only are they uploading your documents there, they're also leaving comments so you know exactly what is happening, and they're communicating in those comments back and forth with the broker team. Good question. So can you drop the link in the chat? I'm watching this on my phone and can't scan the code. Yes, absolutely. Let me get that code and I will put it in the chat here as well. Let's see here. Give me one moment. All right. Okay. So that link there that I just put in the chat, if you just scroll down to the very bottom of that page, it gives you more information on SkyTC, but you'll see a request demo form. So then you just fill in your name, where you're coming from, and then the TC team will follow up with you. Another question, would you be, let's see, skipped one up here. What would the agent owe if the deal falls through during option period, or for instance? That is a fantastic question, and I really want to take the time to highlight this. So if the deal does not close and it falls through for any reason, you do not pay for SkyTC. So you only pay as you close if it closes successfully. The only investment that you're making up front is for that being cut, the onboarding process, which is a one-time $150 onboarding fee. You have that one time to get paired and preferences set with the right TC. Any deal that you have moving forward that you're working on SkyTC with, regardless of the client type you're working with, you don't pay if it does not close. So that's a really good question. Another question here, would we be given specifics of what they can and cannot do as not licensed agents, an exact overview of what they will specifically do so we know when we need to step in as the licensed agent? Yes, that is a fantastic question as well. So if you reach out to SkyTC, they can give you an entire document that has exactly what they do cover versus don't cover. So you know, just like you're mentioning, exactly when you need to step in as the licensed agent. And that's all a part of that preferences call as well. So it's not just, give you a document and you read through it. They cover that on the onboarding call as well. Another question here. There's a lot of great questions coming in, so definitely keep these coming. Do the TCs obtain authorization to input listings into the MLS and submit whatever the MLS requires? That's a great question. Typically, the SkyTCs do not access and go into the MLS. That's more of a licensed agent activity with your dues to the MLS to go create and input listings. And your TCs can give you more information on that and anything that they do interact with on listings in the MLS as soon as you get on that preferences call. All right. Another question, do you have Spanish TCs available? Yes, we do have Spanish speaking TCs available. So absolutely same thing. You'll get, that's part of the preferences call of what types of requirements do you have in your TC as well. Spanish speaking TCs are one of them. You can get paired with the right TC that way. Another question. So what was the answer to the question above? Missed it. So does the TC connect to the broker team so they can approve files and documents faster? So that question, that answer is yes. SkyTC handles the entire checklist in SkySlope for you. So not only are they doing sort of like a pre-audit of your documents, since they're helping you prep and send them out for signatures, they are making sure if something's missed, it's caught, and then it's added to the checklist correctly the first time around. What they're also doing is they're leaving comments on the entire SkySlope checklist so that not only you know exactly what's happening if you ever popped into SkySlope, looked at the checklist, but also so the broker team knows and can audit those files faster as well. So there's very transparent communication throughout the entire SkySlope file, not only with you and the other agent, but also on the checklist for EXP and the compliance team to view as well. So we're starting to slow down on questions. Again, we have some great ones that have been coming through. Just as a reminder, scan the QR code. There's no commitment right away. So if you scan this QR code, fill out that form, what we're going to do is a team member on SkyTC will be calling you or emailing you to set up a live call just to get more information. If you have super specific questions, you want to know state-specific pricing, anything that you think of after this call, reach out, you'll talk to someone first, and then if you decide, yep, I'm ready to move forward with SkyTC, we'll kick off that process call, or preferences call, I should say, to really get you paired with the right TC. Another question confirming that we can get TCs that have English as their first language. Yes, you can. So not only do we have Spanish-speaking TCs, we do have, of course, English-speaking TCs as well. And again, this is across the US as well as Canada. And again, if you have more specific questions regarding your state or province, reach out to that team via the QR code. What's the percentage you take when we close? So we don't take a percentage when you close. It's a flat fee depending on what type of file you're actually working on. So are you working on the listing and, are you working with the seller all the way through with SkyTC? Are you working on maybe just a residential lease or something? There's less documentation that goes into that. So the state-specific pricing is also based on what type of file you're working on. It's a flat fee from that. It's not a percentage based on the price of the home. So again, state-specific pricing, exactly what that breakdown is. Again, that flat fee, reach out to the team through this QR code and they can give you that whole breakdown based on where you're located. Awesome. Okay, well, again, questions are starting to slow down, so I just want to take another moment here and thank everyone so much for joining in. This was great discussion. Thank you, Kira, for running through all of the benefits of SkyTC and really what they have to offer. If you do have more questions, again, just reach out through that QR code. This session is being recorded, so you'll have access to it after the fact along with these slides. So if anything comes up, just let us know, and have a great rest of your Tuesday, everyone, and we'll talk soon.